Hey everybody, welcome. I am so glad that you're here and just grateful that you keep liking, subscribing and increasing these subscribers. So welcome. And this is your card of the day. All right, so we're going to start off with the credits. Both decks this week, card of the week and card of the day, are by Kyle Gray. This is one of the earlier decks, Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck, with illustrations by Lily Moses. And this deck is one of his newest ones, Divine Masters Oracle deck with illustrations by Jennifer Hawkyard. Last Sunday we pulled the card of the week, which is the Divine Director. The Divine Director is sort of like Source Energy's director of all things. Somewhat part extraterrestrial, works with angels, spirit guides, just orchestrating who needs help, where and when, and are they getting it. I like this card. It's creating space for divine order to unfold, and also reminding us that, not everything is terrible, not everything is awful. It's all a work in progress. Incidentally, today is a 6th day. I'll get into that in a little bit. And we are on the edge of our full moon that actually happens at 4:30 a.m. tomorrow morning, the 24th of February, in the eastern part of the United States. In the western part, it's obviously a little earlier than that, 4:30, 7:30 Eastern, and then of course in Europe it's a bit further forward because their time is further forward. And now I'm blabbling. All right, so my isms today are: love and light is my vibration. Peace is my portion. Nothing is more important than my feeling of joy and happiness. Now, when we have a full moon that pops up, we end up with lots of cuckoo emotions. It is a time, particularly this one, that's a little hard. We've got Mercury that moved into Pisces, and we got the Sun that moved into Pisces, and we've also got Saturn that's organizing our thoughts and feelings. And of course, we also have to concentrate on where we've been hard on ourselves. Where have we not done what we were supposed to do? Where have we been a little bit too self-critical? Those things have to be mopped up because we don't really want to sit in that soup of sadness. So I would say on a 6th day, just pay attention to what's happening in your mind, in your world, what you may be focusing negatively on, or who you might have directed some unpleasant vibrations towards. Not that you're an unpleasant person, but sometimes, we get caught up in judgment, and not necessarily the greatest way to be. So for today at least, become your own healer, look at the details, find a good reason to be nurturing and kind, not just to yourself because it starts with us, but focus on the truth of where you are and what you're about. All right, here we go. Gertrude and Beatrice, thank you for being with us. And let's get to it. Just shuffle 3 times. Wow. 1, and then 2, and then 3. And then what? 3rd card from the top, she's saying. All right then. So here's the 1st card. Here's the 2nd card. 3rd card from the top. Oh, look at this. I like this one. Well, I like all of them. I like digging into these different decks and seeing what I can come up with and seeing what they want us to know. And I love it because it's like we all get access to all these different realms and all these different decks and all these different masters. And this one happens to be the Shaman, along with the Divine Director. Now look, we have the wisdom of the owl upon his head. And then we've got the antlers, which is all about strength. And of course, his headdress is not, let me get this card picked up. Woof. The headdress is not your traditional headdress. This headdress is adorned with what looks like cowbells and tassels, something. And then you go, even further, right around the edge of it. Look at all those lovely little totems around it. And then, the feathers coming from it. That the owl is saying, here's your gift. And even in the background, there's feathers. A shaman is really about trusting these higher forces and being more in the traditional part of intuitive wisdom. Every morning before I come on here, I usually do this prayer that pulls in Father in the sky, Mother of the earth, angels and ancestors, ascended masters and guides, and thank them for being with me in all ways and all things. And I give thanks that I'm their messenger for them, and that I set the intention to see and to feel, to hear and to know the sacred words that they give, and to convey messages to everyone in such a way that will enlighten, inspire, heal, offer anything that is of truth and of wisdom. And I feel like this is in a way how the spirit world honors us, honors me, honors you, honors everyone that wants to listen, with this idea that really what we are about is the love and the light and the vibration of peace and the vibration of what heaven is and could be and should be. And then today reminding ourselves that nothing's more important than we feel joy and we feel happy, because honestly, on a physical level, the human experience is seemingly anything but that. And I feel like we were not created and we were not put on the earth to have these awful experiences and to put heinous crimes on each other, like, disagreements and arguments, I think, are fine, but not when they cause harm and destruction to one another. I mean, that is just, why would someone do that? There's a lot happening. Oh, now here comes an emergency services. I hope that's not being picked up on this microphone, but we never know. So the message right here today, we have to trust the angels, trust the guides, trust the ancestors. And I really want to emphasize, use the full moon's energy to dig away at what stops that love and that light from being in your vibration. What is getting in the way of your inner peace? Where have you lashed out at yourself mainly, but where is that spilled out into someone else? And then, is there a reason why anything else is more important than you feel the joy and you feel the happiness and you feel the contentment? That's where power is. And getting it back, claiming it back. Use the full moon's energy to remove whatever it is that gets in the way of that. Because I feel like love, opportunity, focus is possible. It's talking to expansion and growth. Whereas the opposite of it, the lack mentality, which is what I have been struggling with, the idea that we are anything less than unbelievably powerful, that's got to stop, because that's limiting. So it would be like, where are your limiting beliefs about yourself? Where are your limiting beliefs about what you're doing? On like the inner surface of this, most of the shamans of times gone by have come into place to help humans understand these complexities that life offers and the needs of the Mother Earth. We're in the Northern Hemisphere, we're right on the edge of springtime. Many of the shamans that have ascended or are still here are working as spiritual guides on earth, as well as spiritual guides through the veil. They're working with light workers, you and I, light warriors, some of you. So this shaman card is showing up with the energy of this divine director to guide us, to show us where we should be going, what we should be doing. And it really all rolls up to love, to understanding. Shamans believe that when there was illness or disease or disharmony or distrust, it became a person's power that was being left behind. Like the disease was the part that was going away, that was being healed. Something was being physically healed within the body because it came from somewhere else. So it's like, watch your negative patterns, watch your negative thinking, and the opposite to it is to nurture it, to nurture all the good stuff. You may want to meditate. I mean, shamans went into trances. They did dances on the full moon. They did all sorts of traditional things. If that's what floats your boat, and Beatrice is... oh my God. Beatrice has got this headdress, not Beatrice, Gertrude has got this headdress on, and it's looking like this one here. It doesn't have a bird on it. It looks like this headdress, except her thing, whatever this is, what is this thing? It looks like a bush. It looks like the branches of a tree that she stuck on her head, and she's got all of these ribbons flying out of it, and she's hopping up and down and dancing. What is your point? She says, this is how you lift your own vibration. This is how you lift the heaviness. It is listening to music, watching things that make you giggle and laugh. That's how you're able to bust through it. Beatrice is basically talking about how, if you're listening to this and you're in this channel, you're going to be hearing a lot of things that might cause you to react. It may cause you to think something that creates a feeling about something that creates a behavior. And what Beatrice is saying, change that viewpoint. Look through a different kaleidoscope. You know, those kaleidoscopes where you turn this thing, it changes patterns and shapes. Look through a different one. Look through one that when you feel it here, lifts it up to there. And oddly enough, it's a bit like a vibrational energy that goes out to the world. You know, we're all networked together. We are all networked together. It's quite interesting. Yesterday, here in this part of the world, or the United States, in the morning, early, there was this disruption of cellular service. I wasn't able to get a thing out. I wasn't able to use, and for me it was like, oh, thank goodness I can put some music on, or put something else on, or I listen to a book on tape. And then when I got to my workplace, I sort of had a little look what's going on, and it was just widespread. It was 75% of this company's customers were all disrupted. My mind went to, I can only imagine how many people literally lost their mind. How many people literally, spun out of control because they weren't able to connect. So the other part to this is we are always connected all the time. I'm connected to you, you're connected to me. As long as those connections are light and bright and loving and kind, we're going to light up the world with that. So I think the message for today from the shamans, trust those higher forces, trust those lifted forces. This is what's moving us forward, not the other stuff, not the doom and gloomers. It's tough for me compassionately to make a judgment call about doom and gloomers because I've watched a few videos on folks who do what I do, pop a card down and do some readings, and even some of you have commented on it. I'm not sure that I'm interested in anything that's not for the highest good of me and the highest good of other people. So in other words, is what you're listening to, seeing, paying attention to, bringing you light, bringing you love, bringing you joy, and are you able to extend that? If it isn't, if your decision about whatever you've listened to or heard is less than, you can understand the person who wants to do it, because sometimes, as I know, if I can convince you that something's going to happen unless you do this or buy that or do something crazy, you're going to die. That's ridiculous. It is. But fear, having people being fearful, even us, even you and I, instigating that fear, causing people to say, you need to do this or we're going to do that. That's not what we're supposed to do. That's not what we're about. And the shamans and the divine director are helping all of us with these tools to say, if you know someone's in a little bit of a pickle, see if you can't help them. If you yourself's in a bit of a pickle, find someone you trust, a shaman, a spirit guide, an angel, anything that will lift you up out of that pickle jar. And I've already gone a minute over the top. So listen, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Listen to yourself, listen to other people, and lift the vibration up. All right, until tomorrow. Much love. Bye for now. Hey everybody, we hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe and share it with all your friends. Here's a QR code if you decide you'd like to get a private personal reading with me. I'm available most evenings and on the weekends. Just go over to the website, book in what session, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, and then fill in the contact information and I'll be back in touch. And if you feel kind enough, here is a link to my donation button. Energy exchange of any amount is always gratefully received. Until next time, be well, be blessed, and thanks so much for watching. Bye.